group name is CWAM, and we have created Elysium. This is basically an interactive park in which people can go to water plants by stepping on certain tiles. Since we all come from mainly artistic backgrounds, we involved a lot of art, and these are some concept paintings of possibly how it could turn out if that ever done. So this is our abstract. We wanted to make a park that would involve the community because in recent years the cities have been splitting up communities and there's no sense of family. So if we made this park, it would involve all the community and they would all be part of something bigger. This is a statement for how a community can work together for growth or even for decay. So we wanted to make a project that was new, was doable, and was simple, yet beautiful. We wanted to involve art as much as science, and we wanted to center around the community and the people more than anything. And we also, over these past few weeks, we've been exposed to many lecturers who talk about nature and technology together, like Mr. Mignonneau and Mrs. Somera. Sorry if I mispronounced those. And Buckminster Fuller, and a lot of other very inspirational scientists and artists.
Okay, so now that you have the main idea of the park, I wanted to tell you about the aesthetics or the design that we decided to use for the structure. So the entire park is a hexagonal shape that is composed of hexagonal panels that can be adjusted in size depending on the public space you're working with. So the garden can be split into 6 different areas, each of which can be designed behind different types of plants, different types of biomes. So we also wanted to incorporate art into the public space as well in order to help give the public a better appreciation for art and also show the kind of relationship that there is between the natural world and the human-made one. So also, if you take a look at some of the concept art that we've made, we liked abstract sketches, and then the one on the far right is actually, it's a human hand, also from the creation of Adam, and then the hand at the top is plants growing through this wire frame. So then you can also see more concept sketches here. The one on the far right, as you can see, some of the hexagonal panels are adjusted in size, and we not only did this for visual interest, but also to fit different types of plants, such as trees, which would require more space underground. So now we're going to talk about the science aspect of this project.
So when designing this garden, we thought it would be really important to make it clear to the visitor that they had a really big effect on watering the plants. So we made it so that the hexagonal tiles have pressure sensors underneath them that send a signal to the watering system to give them a certain burst of water. In order to prevent overwatering, we have a meter, like you can see in the concept art here, that shows the visitor how much water is left to give the plants, and after that, they can't really put any more in for the day. Okay, the park is split into 6 sections, because it's a hexagonal structure. We thought it would be really important to make sure that the tiles only water nearby plants in the section, so it would be more interesting for the visitors to walk around throughout the whole thing. Yeah. In order to conserve water and prevent overwatering of plants, especially during rainy days, we thought we could use a light sensor to detect when the sky was getting too dark for certain times of day, so the park could turn off.
Okay, so this is a sketch of what the park would mostly look like from a bird's eye view. And as you can see, we're pretty obsessed with hexagons. So all the hexagons form into one giant hexagon. And the little black hexagons are actually, we would be putting sculptures there, and it splits off into different parts. The gray ones are the pathways, and so the concept is that you would be able to walk all around and see all the plants and sculptures, and it would be like an art garden also. This is one of the sculptures that would be in there. Yep. Okay. So a month ago, I was in Central Park, and I thought it was pretty interesting how you're in New York, and it's a city where everyone's rushing around. They're kind of like disconnected from their environment. But in a place like Central Park, everyone's kind of taking the time to just stop and appreciate what's around them and kind of just like take a step back and relax. And we were thinking people have really lost touch with nature, and we've lost touch with the other people around us. And gardens and parks, they allow us to interact with our surroundings. And Elysium would kind of take that one step further. It would really cultivate a community. And in a way, it's a type of social experiment. Because if not enough people visit the park, then there's no water, and the park would eventually die off. Okay, so we actually created a small demo where we made one of the hexagonal tiles, and when you step on it, the water squirts out.
Just notice on the right corner, we can't really see it here. Fortunately, we can't do it here because it sprays water everywhere.
The prototype we made was really simple. It was just styrofoam and cardboard. We had to reinforce it, obviously, so that it wouldn't break. We had springs underneath, and we had a little pump that we would fill up with water. It was annoying because we had to keep going back and filling it up again. But yeah, so it was just really simple. You just like stepped on the plate, it pushed down the pump, and the water squirted out.
And this is just an idea. Obviously, this will be more complex, better materials, real plants. But this just basically proved that it's doable. So to sum up, what we hope to achieve by making this garden, this sculpture garden, is to make community stronger more than anything, and for the people of this community to appreciate art and be more involved in the preservation of nature, since I think that this is being disconnected from people more and more as technology moves on, which the opposite should be happening. And Amy will talk about how we could actually do it.
Yeah, so we've actually been talking about making this into a reality, and maybe like trying to do something on a small scale and trying to find funding for it. And we thought it'd be cool to have one in Konstantinos' city, Athens, Greece, because we all want to go to Greece. So, yep. All right, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.